Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make what I call the Villager Carousel. It is a trading device that allows you to pick and choose which villagers you trade with. And if you don't like a villager's trade, you can kill one, and then a new one will take his place immediately. This device is rather simple. All it involves is a bunch of villagers circling around through a water ring, and then whenever a villager is killed, it opens up the slot and lets a new one in. This device is useful for people that have a very advanced Minecraft world, and they would like to have trades with a whole bunch of villagers, but would not like to spend the time to pick and choose 12 specific ones that they like and put them in a hole. Whereas with this version, you could simply have a villager spawner hooked up to the top, lead them into the water ring, and then as they drop down here, you figure out if you like their trades or not and kill them if you don't like them. And of course, you can find other ways to... That was weird. And now we have a shepherd down here. Of course, you can place a lava bucket over there and then immediately get rid of it to kill the villagers without losing reputation. So, let's get on with the tutorial. Alright, to start building, we're going to have to start with a block. Doesn't matter where, wherever you want to build it. And then go 3 out on each side to make a 7 by 7 square. And then pick a side to be the entrance, and then go out by another 7 blocks in that direction. So pick 2 kinds of blocks to be your wall, and then it is time to start alternating them. So I am going to start by placing some blocks here to act as the walkway, and then over here we start placing the blocks that will go in front of the villagers, and then we alternate like so. Moving on, from each of these orange blocks we go out by 2. When you're done, it should look similar to a circuit board. Alright, so now we take our stone pressure plates, put them on the first block, and then followed up with a repeater facing outwards. Then we place a block in front of the repeater, like so, and then put a redstone torch on top of each of those. Then we place another block on top of the redstone torch, glowstone in that spot, and then another block like that, with 3 redstone on top, just like this. And repeat that for all of these. Now we place pistons like this, so that it is above the glowstone block, and the piston should be facing out automatically. And then underneath that, you put another block, just like that. So the block goes underneath the piston. Might be easier to do it like this. And then, in front of that, you put 2 fence gates. One in front of the sticky piston, and one in front of the block. Once you've done that, you take a redstone block and put it in front of every fence gate, such that it opens. And there we go. As you can see, they're all opened. Now it's time to make the waterways. Now this is, I'm using glass because it looks nice, but if you want to use another block, that is fine. So the pattern you're going to want to go for will look something like this. So fill in the blanks with the redstone blocks. That will be an easy start. And then you go over to the pistons and fill the gaps between the piston faces, just like this, and make sure to just make a big square out of it to make things a lot simpler. And then make sure to build up another block using whatever block you like, but again, I'm using glass because it looks nice. Now it's time to place another layer of blocks underneath, such that this becomes a little walkway with fence gates interrupting your walking path. So it's going to be a little annoying to place these. You got to fill in every gap on the same level as the lower set of fence gates. Not the upper set, the lower set. And if you did it right, you should line up with the entranceway there. And there we go. Now we have a nice little walkway. So if we go in here, you will see that there's this big loop at the top here. And when you step on one of these pressure plates, it should close up. And then the second I jump off, it opens again. And you'll see why that's useful later. Now it's time to put the water and signs. So to start off, you're going to want to start at any of the corners and place 2 signs like this and a 3rd sign like this on top of the fence gate. And then you put water sources here and here. And then you move over to the next corner and you do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then move over to the next one. Do the same thing. Luckily, everything is symmetrical, so it's really easy to tell if you're doing it right. 1 there, 1 there, 3rd there. Water, water. And if you did everything right, it should look like this. So if you notice, these signs are facing this direction, the next one is facing this direction, then this direction, then this direction. Don't put the signs here, put them, you know what I mean. Alright, so now we are almost done. So now all we gotta do is go under here and plug up any sort of escape for our villager friends. So I'm gonna use this block. So let's quickly go like this. So we're going to block it off so that none of the villagers can escape. Be careful where you place your blocks. You don't want to block any redstone. In my experience, placing 2 blocks outwards in these gaps here is the best way to do it. Alright, now that we've placed the 2 blocks around, we are almost completely sealed in. We can place another 2 blocks like so. Actually, it might look better if we use this block here. There we go. Look at that. The rest of the interpretation for this is up to you guys, but, oh, I should probably also go another block in over here. There we go. And then maybe fill in my glass. And of course you're going to want to leave a gap there so you can talk with your villager friend that you're trading with. I'm just picking blocks randomly at this point. There we go. Alright, look at that. And if you don't like the redstone blocks, you could do something like this maybe. Again, anything you do at this point is up to your own discretion, as long as you don't screw up the redstone. So you can go nuts with design. I know when I was building this in Survival Land with Anthony, he put glass here. So it was like something like this, I think. And it looked pretty nice. Now for the final step. We got to get the villagers in there. So, well, actually, before we do that, we are going to want to plug up the top here so that none of the villagers can escape. I would recommend a 3-block high ceiling, because if you do a 2-block high ceiling, then the villagers will be able to drown in the corners, and that's no good. So something like this would be good, I would say. I'm actually going to fill in the gap here. Then finally, we place 1 block up here to finally seal it off. And if you look inside, there should be a 3-block tall gap, including the fence gates. Oh! I got trapped in there. Just for consistency's sake, I am going to fill in this block as well. I'm going to make this nice and solid so there's no chance of any mobs spawning. Just something you gotta watch out for with redstone devices. Alright, let's light up the top with torches just so we don't get any zombies spawning. Because obviously our villagers should not be infected. That would not be good. As you can see, the top is now zombie-proof or spawn-proof. and there's some glass in the middle so you can look up top. Of course, now what you do with this thing is up to you. You can put a villager spawner type thing in the middle here. I'll leave a link in the description and in the top right hand corner for a tutorial on how to make a villager spawner. Otherwise, let's just use creative mode here. What you do with it at this point is up to you, but I'm going to open up a hole here and start spawning them in for demonstration purposes. So, what happens is, say you make a villager spawner and you lead them into a spot in the corner here. If I spawn one, he will fall in the hole, and then it will open up the slot for the next one. So if I put another one in, he will fall in, and then it will close that thing and then let them move on to the next chamber, as you can see there. So if I spawn a bunch of them at a time, so as you're about to see, villagers will fill up every slot. It takes them a little bit to get by the corners, but as you can see, whenever a slot is open, the next one will fall in. I would advise against letting baby villagers in here because they'll start to clog up the tops there. Also, if they do manage to fall down here, they can just escape. So, adult villagers only. So, as you can see, they will slowly fill up the slots. Of course, the more villagers you have, the faster it will fill up. So, if I just keep on putting villagers in there, it will take less and less time because they'll start shoving each other and it'll become more urgent to fill a slot. Here he goes. Whoop. And then here goes another one. And down he goes. So as you can see, all the slots are full now. So the rest of the villagers will just keep circling around. They won't have much to do. They'll just be waiting for somebody to call for a replacement. So for example, right, in my trading station, this is a green guy. He doesn't have any valuable trades at all. So I would like to get rid of him. And then once he's dead, a new villager takes his place. I just killed another one, and sometimes you do get doubles, but it is pretty easy to distinguish between the two. But, you know, as long as you don't pack it too much, that shouldn't be a common problem. So that is it for this tutorial, guys. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. As you can see, it's a very simple device for what it does. And it allows you to have 12 different trading slots with villagers, and it is the perfect addition for your world if you would like to have a nice trading network. Well, anyway, make sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed. I have other Minecraft tutorials, as you're about to see in the playlist on the top left. Anyway, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.